Hello, my name is Shadley, and welcome back for another episode of Richest, it's Supreme Ruler Ultimate, and in previous episode we decided to load back from a previous save, or right at the end, because we were just making alliances everywhere. I think we may need to do that again. So this time we've gone about 3 years from the save, or like 2 years and 10 months or something like that. We've gotten a ton of research done, we've also gotten another 2 research labs. The economy is doing okay, we got over 40 billion right now, and, well, last day we did a pretty good profit, but I think we're going to have to increase our military goods production quite a bit, because Congo, as you probably figured from the name of the episode, has declared war on us. Now, Congo is actually going to be relatively easy to fight, well, in comparison to Angola, it's going to be a lot easier, because there's only one proper crossing place for here, and it's very narrow front. We already got fortifications or emplacements in there, and we can move in some troops. We've also unlocked a few new unit types, namely the IF2s, which are pretty decent, like kind of mechanized infantry, and then we've got elite forces, which is really good foot infantry. So those are the two that we've unlocked. I mean, there's a few other units that we've also unlocked, but those are the primary ones that we'll probably be using. Well, actually, there is another one that we unlocked. We unlocked self-propelled artillery from Russia, which has a 41-kilometer range. It can shoot up to 3 hexes away. So, for example, from here, we could be shooting at their capital, because they also have a lot of artillery at their capital. So there's going to be a lot of firing going on in here, most likely. I'm just going to move these guys out of there, and let's go ahead and move in. Actually, we're not going to take the anti-aircraft guns in there, but we'll get the artillery in there. Get the supply trucks behind, so that they can supply, but not be within the range of their artillery. Then we got on combat engineers over here that we're building some of the installations, so I'll just transport you over here. We'll probably still keep some troops at the border down here in the south, but we can probably take the 9th group, which is some elite forces, entrench you there. These guys can entrench in there, and these entrench in here. So the good thing is that it is a relatively narrow border in here, so we should be able to do a fair bit of damage on the enemy. We'll get the artillery over there, or at least one of the artilleries over there. We'll get the 2nd artillery group probably down hereabouts. Let's get them to the city first, and we can move them out of there. But yeah, Congo declared war on us, and then all of the treaties that we had. I had made treaties with, well, Russia we did already before the save. But Russia decided to break the defense thing. And that's actually another thing, I'll get that in a moment, but also we got some countries like Zambia and Tanzania, Burundi, Rwanda, Uganda, Kenya, South Sudan, and also we had some deals with, actually still have some deals with Central Africa and Nigeria. So overall, we should have a decent bit of troops, but that is actually what happened with Angola before. It's just they basically have like half the world in a defensive pact with them, and everyone's just decided to send their troops in there. That's why we had to fight on a massive front, or, well, relatively large front in comparison to this war, against a massive amount of troops. Now this time I have a feeling that we'll be able to defend. We've got pretty good troops. We've already gotten one tech that increases our garrisons to another level, and we are researching another one which is going to increase it by, so we'll, further along in this war, our garrison is going to be 2 levels higher than what they were in the previous attempt. And we didn't declare this war, by the way, so we should have at least some of the kind of, well, I mean, we got pretty good war justification against them. It's just, well, I mean, they got 23%. But yeah, we should be pretty good in that regard. And also what I can do now, since we were declared on Zambia, let's go ahead and get a formal alliance. And then Tanzania, it's basically this side of the Africa, or anything east of us, basically, is we are gonna ally for the time being. We may do something else later on, but we'll for now, I think it's going to be worthwhile having some allies. Because I'm pretty sure that they will be sending troops in here, so if we can utilize those in our favor, that'd be quite nice. Also, Russia. Let's go ahead and ally. Russia is doing pretty well in terms of money, although they still have 700 billion in debt, so they're not quite debt-free, let's just put it that way. Of course, it's nothing compared to USA, if we have a look at that. They got 19 trillion so far, and it just keeps on growing. They do have a fair bit of treasury, of course. If we have a look at the total treasury, we are in the top 5 right now, but that's probably not going to stay that way. I have a feeling that the war is going to be somewhat expensive. Now, in terms of GDP per capita, we've already reached almost 4,200. I believe at the time of the sale we had less than 3,000. And we actually got a bit of unemployment and all that. We did build some nuclear power in here. We're still working on another one. We're trying to get some extra power because the nuclear power plants actually give a fair bit. We also have a uranium mine now. We increased the petroleum production a little bit by another derrick in here. But overall, I think we are going to be fairly solidly situated in this. We also have some artillery over here. We're just waiting for the supply truck, which is going to be made in 2 days. Then we're going to move that group over. Of course, we could also move this set of combat engineers somewhere. Maybe we'll move it down there to provide some garrisons. And let's actually, speaking of garrisons, get some in here. I doubt they'll actually get through. But in case they do, I'd rather be prepared. Or through to there, rather. But let's unpause, shall we? We're already going for quite a few minutes in here. So they have a lot of troops, and Angola is actually sending in troops to, or planes to fight me for a little bit here. Luckily, we do have the anti-aircraft guns here, or the anti-aircraft rocketry. And that is shooting down a fair bit of their planes. I think the Air Force is not going to be present here for much longer. We're getting the artillery group in here. We got these... Actually, I want to keep them there. In case we get attacked, we can still kind of close that border. Although, with Congo being at war with us, oddly enough, we actually have neutral relations with them. I'm not entirely sure how, why, or when that happened, but not going to complain yet. We've got a lot of the troops there, so there's a lot of alliances formed. Those are the ones that we offered. Or at least some of them are. There's also a lot of these broken treaty response. Right, so that plane is doing a bit of damage on us, which is not great. Oh, wow. Okay, these supply trucks need to go and repair. Luckily, we can repair at here in Kimpese. Now, once the artillery gets into the trenches, it should be a much better situation for them. And over here, we are going to build some trenches for the artillery, just in case. Once we get the troops in here, we might start pushing slowly up here. We need to be somewhat careful with that, though, because they will probably have quite a bit of troops. I've played a little bit on, like, as a test run before I decided to reload from this point, just to make sure that we're not going into another disaster like the previous one. Right, Angola is trying to fly planes over here, but they can't, of course, cross my border. Or cross their border, rather, to me. They have to go around here, which they might do. We've got a lot of troops here that will be bombarded quite a bit, I reckon. How much are we... Oh, right, is that... Okay, the construction is taking 4,500 tons of construction materials. But that's mostly repairing things, I reckon. We got our artillery in here. We're starting to bombard their artillery, at least, a little bit. Did we have the second artillery group? We did. Let's go ahead and get them in here. It's gonna keep you in the town, though. No need for you to go forward. Let's go ahead and get... We'll get the infantry and the artillery in here. Be hopefully within reach to fire on there, but they're not... Well, actually, I think they will have vision on us. But hopefully we can do a bit of damage there. Our troops are now getting to the border, and we do have garrisons in here, so if and when they try to get in here, we will fight them off. I'm pretty sure about that. There is going to be some other nations bringing troops there. Hopefully just not too many, actually. Somalia, can I ally you? I probably could. Oh no, never mind. I'm gonna give you transit treaty. I believe I've already given you something, because I don't... Oh! Okay. That was some rocketry going in. No one tells us whose rockets those are, but they are getting shot down. Anyway, how are we doing over here? We are still bombarding a lot of the artillery, but the enemy is taking a lot of damage on that. That's good. Did we repair the... We did repair the supply trucks, actually. Alright, well, let's get you down there first, and we'll just approach down that way. Slowly but surely. And I believe we've got on the supply truck already here. Indeed we have. So let's make that into a group. So these are the self-propelled artillery with some extras. I'll just move you there first. And we'll move you a little bit closer. Now, actually, I have increased the land production capabilities, or capacities as well. Let's go ahead and get some IF2s in here. We'll get another 7. And then we got a second land production place over here, which is providing some IF2s. Just going to take these IF2s away. Over here, we might be able to kind of poke across the river from time to time, do some damage on there, then pull back. Because I'm pretty sure that majority of their troops cannot cross the water. So the IF2s will be quite valuable for us, I reckon. So, oh right, the combat engineers need to get in here. Entrench in there, so we've got pretty good defenses in here. We got a decent chunk of reserve personnel. Also, we got a massive amount of active personnel because we have had a ton of garrisons around, which I suppose should not be a surprise to anyone. But nonetheless, that is what we have. So the artillery over here is taking a bit of damage, but so far so good. And we might actually destroy the military complex here completely, because we got enough artillery to do that damage, and I have a feeling that they might not... Ooh, actually, we can check that, can't we? Military goods. No, they got 166,000 tons. We got only 76,000 tons, so they actually have a lot more. We're producing probably a fair bit more than they do, so we don't need to spend money buying it. Although, industrial goods is running a bit short. Now, that is something that we could maybe make more. We only got about 100,000 megawatt hours of power per day, so that may be a problem. Oh, there we go. First allies are right. Well, that's technically not an ally, is it? Is that South Sudan? No. Who is that? Could it be Kenya? Maybe. Or maybe not, because I didn't... Hold on a minute. Someone that I've given access to, but... Malawi. Oh, I remember now. Malawi's down here. And we got deals with them, but we didn't actually get the alliance deal to them. Let's do that one. So, yeah, we got some reinforcements arriving. And so far, the artillery war is not too bad for us. What I could do, actually, is I could move in the troops another step further. Although, if I move them here, that's probably going to start bombarding us, isn't it? Possibly. But what I'm kind of thinking is I'm just going to move forward and get a layer of trenches in here. First things first. We can then move in the artillery a little bit closer as well to make sure that we can shoot at anyone approaching. But the reason is simple. I just want to be able to take a little bit more control of the land here. Even though the entrenchment would be like more effective at holding the ground, but it should be still fine. And honestly, these elite forces should be pretty good. Oh, here they come. Yeah, that was one hit. And a good thing about the elite forces is that they have very long combat time. They got a combat time of 50, which means that they can more or less fire 50 times before they need a rest. Or if they rest before going through all the 50, then that's even better. There we go, that's one destroyed. That's two destroyed. Let the massacre begin. And we are entrenching in here. We got light forest, I think, in here. Yeah, that's light forest in all four of these. So far so good. Let's go ahead and get the artillery a little bit closer so we can actually fire on the enemies that are trying to escape. Now, we got the alliance between Malawi. That's good. And we still got 41 billion. So overall, in terms of money, we're not doing badly. And the enemy military complex is probably going to get destroyed rather soon. Now what I'm hoping is, actually, if we could bombard their capital enough so that they don't have proper garrisons there, which actually we can probably start doing rather soon. We'll just take these units, entrench them there, so they'll have the range to shoot in there. At their capital. There we go. Let the bombardment begin. Okay, they are sending more troops. They still got a lot of planes there. Which every time that they're in there, they might be able to shoot at us. But once we get the trenches in here, we'll take a lot less damage. Our artillery is bounding them relatively well. I mean, it could be more. Could be less. Let's go ahead and get these elite forces pile up a bit further over that way. We should be getting another set of elite forces rather soon. In 11 days. Less than 2 weeks. And there we go, we got some friendlies arriving here. So yeah, this is actually the easier war for us right now. I mean, as soon as we can take this area, we can maybe kind of cut that border. Well, I mean, there's going to be a lot of combats around this, I reckon. But we'll need to make our way in there. Slowly but surely. But that's why we kind of want to get some more troops in here. The more elite forces we have on the border here, the better it is going to be for us. I can hear some combat somewhere. Oh, right. There's some transports trying to get through here. We've still got some elite guards. I have not gotten rid of all of them. We just not have... We've not had enough time to do all that. There's some Dutch units in here, which is a bit disappointing. But oh well. Oh, is that... They can try to get across the waters. Alright then. Let's go ahead and get this infantry in here then. Oh, and we did get the IF-2s in here. Right. Well, we're going to use those to push the enemy back a little bit. Although the combat engineers down here are pretty much doomed already. But there we go. We got our troops, or the trenches built up here. We'll just start gathering up some garrisons. That's going to just be an extra measure for guarding this area. I mean, these are going to be 6 garrisons each. It's going to take a little bit of time, or some time for them to build the garrisons up. But like every now and then they're going to send in a unit, so that's going to stop some of these from building up. Oh, there's a Romania. Is that Romania or Chad? I'm not entirely sure. It could be Chad. I think it's probably Chad. What does a Romanian flag look like again? Well, it's the same flag, basically. At least in this game. So no wonder that I'm a bit confused by it. Okay, that's a friendly tank. Not necessarily a particularly good tank, but it's a tank nonetheless. Okay, let's go ahead and capture that. What we're going to do is we're going to drive up there to make sure that they are in our territory again. They can maybe help us in the combat. They are currently retreating, of course, but we can destroy a fair bit of the enemy troops in here. Once we destroy these, we'll pull back behind the river again. And we're going to repair there. We'll have some elite forces somewhere down here gathering up, and there's a fair bit of enemy troops there, but so far so good. We lost a little bit of territory, probably somewhere over here. Yeah, we lost a little bit there. I'm pretty sure that the border used to go there. But I'm not really that worried about it. Like, I'm pretty sure that the enemy won't be using that aside for a long, long while. Eventually they might. But so far, not a problem. There we go. So we managed to save our friendly units here. How much that's actually going to be worth, I don't know. But the defensive line is holding. And I was just waiting for some more. Actually, no, we did put the IF-2s to be built up in the northern production line. Is that? There's a white river. Their tanks cannot cross the waters. I think the engineers are pretty much the only thing that they have that could do that. Right, now let's go get over here, destroy that anti-tank gun. Because it is a soft target, and these actually do pretty decent, well, okay damage in soft targets. It's not really that great, but it'll do. It'll do. Okay, we don't have any garrisons there. We're starting to get some over here, in these 3 at least. The one at the road, I mean, there's enemy approaching quite frequently. Oh wow, that did a fair bit of damage there. Actually, oh, yeah, okay. Fall back. Let's go ahead and repair you. We can still do a decent bit of damage on the planes, it's just the reaction time, well, isn't particularly great for our anti-air stuff. But it does a lot of damage when it does hit. There we go, there's another plane shot down from Angola. So far... Oh, hello. We need to get some faster troops in here so we could maybe... Well, you know what, let's just get this group. We've still got defenders in here, like garrisons, if we need to defend. So if we could go ahead in here, kind of save some of these friendlies in here, we can maybe push them back a little bit, then pull behind the lines to recuperate time and again. So Somalia, we have some deals with you. We got the full transit treaty, don't we? We cannot get the formal alliance with you. Non-aggression pact we could get. Let's put that in. Okay, so if we just recapture these, they're not shooting at me because my garrisons are technically not active. If we just go and capture that, it's gonna let them fight for us again. And the amount of fire in this particular... Well, I suppose... Is that jungle? Or yeah, it is jungle. Okay. So we're doing some damage in here, at least. And we did get the non-attrition pack. Ooh. Hold on a minute. Who's this? Oh, is that a combat engineer must have been firing on them? Wait, you're not allowed to go through there. How did he do that? That's not allowed. Okay, well, let's go ahead and send these to counter that. We need to recapture that area as soon as possible. Otherwise, the Angolans are going to start sending in a ton of troops there. See, there's already a helicopter near there. But if we can recapture that, we should be fine. Now, we got the chipless RFID. Now, yeah, I've got a ton of text in between the episodes. I've not kept track of all of them because there would be probably about 50 or 60 if I was just listing those. It would be really boring. But let's just say that we've done a lot of progress in the text tree. Slowly but surely. Let's go ahead and destroy that combat engineer. Needs to be destroyed. So that we can make sure that the southern border is secured. Oh, right, we've still got our troops here. Let's go ahead and bring this group behind the lines. We managed to save some of the friendlies in there, at least. We're still... Oh, wow. There's friendly and friendly fighting in here. That's not exactly how I would imagine it to go, but oh well. So the military production level 5 is going to give another level for our garrisons. That is something that we want to get as soon as possible. But it may take some time. As soon as we get that back, good. We can move back to the other side. Oh, there's the planes in here. Luckily, we did a fair bit of damage on them. Is there anything over here that can get across the river? Not really. These troops are getting a bit pummeled, though. Let's go ahead and get them a trench, shall we? And also for the trench here, I'm just going to... Oh, wait, no. That trench already had an next garrison. So let's go ahead and build a trench for the other group there. You know what? We'll just have a line of trenches over here. Oh, well. The constant bombardment just destroyed the trench before we even managed to do anything on it. Which is a bit of a shame. Okay. Here comes more troops. But looks like they're not really doing any real damage on us. Not over there. Over here they might do a little bit. How's the... Oh, they actually already destroyed one of the garrisons in Brazzaville. And over here, oh wow, the military complex is almost destroyed. Now, the sooner we destroy that, the better, because then they can't build more troops. And then they're just relying on reinforcements, which if we can cut off their borders, basically, especially the easier ways for others to get in there, then we are in a pretty good situation, I'd say. But yeah, we got some friendlies and enemies in here. It was a bit of a problem. I suppose once we get the road up here, or the trench at the road up here, we should be alright. All things considered. Okay, so there is a fair bit of troops in here. What I could do is I could have you go repair at... Where do we have a... I suppose we do have a barracks down there. That might be the easiest. I mean, there would be also one in here, but there's also a lot of traffic in there and troops in there, so I'm not entirely sure if I'd be able to notice that. Although there's a fair bit of troops in here as well, so we'll see. Wait, El Salvador has troops here. Oh wow, they got some Nimrs. Alright then. Well, we got the trench in here, so how about we get you into said trench? Let's get a little bit of garrisons there, just in case. I don't think we'll need the garrison, but if we do, I'd rather have it. Let's get you... all that truck in here. South Africa and Barbados. Allied. Alright then. Okay, so our capital is still under fire, but overall, I think we are doing better in this war than the enemies are. Let's actually have a look at the military stats. Units killed. We've killed 89 units. Wow. We lost 1. We've taken 1,300 casualties. We lost a little bit of territory, but that's to be expected. They took the area that we had down here, which is mostly because we decided or wanted to go for the shorter border in here right now, which honestly it seems to be the better option at this moment. Oh, we destroyed something going through there. I'm not entirely sure who was going through there, but sure. Algeria and Kazakhstan are allied. Yeah, there's all sorts of alliances going on. The artillery is shooting quite nicely. I have a feeling that that military complex is going to be destroyed in the next episode, because we are actually out of time for this one. So, if you enjoyed this, please like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. Also, got the links down below in the description. But other than that, thank you very much for watching. Until next time, bye-bye.